In this video, I'm going to tell you about one of the most powerful B2B growth systems that you probably aren't using that could be booking you between 5 to 20 appointments with qualified members of your ICP every single month. Okay? So by the end of this video, you will have not just an idea, but rather the exact math and ROI behind this system and how you can use it yourself. Okay. Now, first, who am I? My name is Alan Woods. I run Woods Marketing, and over the past 6 years, we've helped our clients to generate over $5.4 million in revenue, and that grows every single day. We booked 17,000 B2B calls for our biggest client, for our longest client. He's not our biggest, but our longest term client. And for him, each new client is worth between $25,000 to $100,000 in revenue. So you do the math. 17,000 calls, it turns into a lot of revenue for his brand. But anyways, this is the key point here. Cold email is not dead. It is the highest ROI channel that you are probably not using and that you've probably just completely overlooked. And so here's the issue. Most people think that cold email is just spam. And it's because they get all of this noise to their email inboxes and they only see people doing it the wrong way. They think that it's desperate, that it's outdated, that it's ineffective. But here's the truth. If you understand basic math, basic multiplication, cold email isn't some relic from the past, from 2015. It is a mathematically guaranteed system for booking qualified calls with your exact ICP who can write 5-figure checks. So whether you're a recruiting agency, a staffing firm, a fractional CFO, maybe you're a B2B consultant, it doesn't matter. If you are in a B2B service space and you acquire new clients, you acquire new mandates, you acquire new engagements through an appointment-based system or a call booking system, and your typical lifetime value for a client is over $10,000, which is most B2B services. If that's you and you're not doing cold email, you are literally, you don't want to make money. Okay, so let's dive into why. So again, this is built for B2B freight brokerages, fractional CFOs, private lenders who are originating commercial deals, recruiting agencies who want to place more executive talent, B2B consultants who are selling retained advisory or who are selling one-on-one coaching. Again, if you sell high-ticket retainers, ongoing contracts, or advisory services, this is going to be very powerful for you. So first and foremost, let's dive into the math because women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie, hard data doesn't lie. And so cold email, it's not luck. It's not just throwing this out there and hoping for the best. No, when you do it the right way, it is hard math. It is controlled probability at scale. It is simple statistics. And when you understand the numbers, you realize this isn't a tactic. It's building, engineering, human psychology systems. Okay, so let me show you. Let me pull up our app. So what we typically do for our clients is anywhere between 30,000 to 100,000 emails that we send out on their behalf every month to members of their exact ICP. So for now, we can just say 45,000 emails being sent out per month. And in the industry, what is typical from not an amazing outbound campaign, but a decent outbound campaign is to typically get about a 1 to 3 positive response rate. Okay. But we'll be conservative and we will say that we only get a 0.5% positive response rate. So that means that out of every 200 people that we reach out to through cold email, that one of them responds positively. 0.5% positive response rate. Okay, so we'll be quite conservative here. 0.5%. Okay, so we send out 45,000 emails. 0.5% of them respond positively every month. So that is already 225 positive responses. Okay, well, everybody who responds positively isn't going to book a call. Some of them will just, we'll offer our service over email and they'll say, hey, I want to hear more. And then once we send more, they won't respond. It's natural, it's a numbers game. So we'll say that out of those who respond positively, we'll be very conservative and we'll say that only 1 out of every 10 of them books a call. Okay, one out of every 10. So again, we've had 10 people respond positively and say, hey, yes, I'm interested. And out of those 10, only one of them actually gets onto a call with you. That's very rare. Typically, it's closer to 25 to 45%, but we'll say 1 out of 10. Okay. So, okay, we've had 225 responses this month and 23 booked calls. Okay. Well, again, all of them won't show up. We have emails that we send out on your behalf to get them to show up, and we provide value in advance before the call to get them to show up and to get them to trust you. But still, we'll assume that only 70% show up. Okay? So 225 responses, 23 book calls, and 16 calls where they actually show up. Okay. Well, again, you got them on the call. You won't close every deal. Not every CEO that you go on a call with, fractional CFO, is going to become a mandate and going to become an ongoing engagement. Okay. Recruiters, every head of talent that you get onto a phone call with or meet in person is not going to retain your services long term. Okay. Private lenders, not every commercial real estate company that you reach out to or that reaches out to you is going to require your services. B2B consultants, not every company that you reach out to or that reaches out to you is going to require your services. Okay, so we'll assume that you only have a 20% close rate. 1 out of every 5 pre-qualified calls turns into an actual deal. Okay, that's quite conservative if you're half decent at what you do. Okay, and so in our service spaces, our clients typically have a lifetime value of anywhere between $25,000 to $100,000 for their clients. So an example of that is, again, a fractional CFO. If you are taking an engagement with a new company and doing virtual CFO services, they may hire you for anywhere between 6 to 24 months at a typical $5,000 per month. So that's, in the range of between 25,000 to 100,000. And it's very similar figures for our other clients as well. Staffing agencies, private lenders, B2B freight brokerages. It's all very similar ballparks. So we'll say an average deal value of $25,000. And so again, just from these very conservative numbers, that's $75,000 in bottom line revenue from 1 month of doing this. 1 month. And so that doesn't even take into account the fact that we also urge and help our clients to run LinkedIn outreach as well. And if you're not a client, you can do this on your own. But the point is that if you are not doing cold email, then you're shooting yourself in the foot, because volume negates luck. And when you're sending out this much volume, even with a fraction of what is doable, a fraction of what's realistic, you'll get results. You can slip your way into these kind of results. Okay? And so that's the baseline here. And again, think about what this means in your world. You don't need hundreds of clients. You need a system that predictably puts you in front of the right people. Okay? So again, these are just numbers of what that might mean in different industries. Fractional CFOs, one engagement could be $240K, depending on the length of your engagement. Private lenders, One funded client could bring between $5,000 to $50,000 in origination profit. Freight brokerages, one shipper doing 50 loads a month, that could, I mean, especially if they refer you to others, it could be, if they're an enterprise deal and not just a local mom and pop shop or a local, like a small, um, a small manufacturer, as opposed to an enterprise manufacturer, that could be a massive deal that pays you tens of thousands every month, monthly, not lifetime value, monthly. Recruiters, same idea. And so this is why outbound matters. This is why outbound is so important, because we're not just talking about these tiny deals that would pay you $500 or $1,000. No, in all of these B2B service spaces, a single client, a single engagement, a single retainer can pay you tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it gives you control. You're not waiting for referrals. You're not praying for the algorithm. You're not hoping that ads work out. It's engineered predictability. Okay. And so one of the things that people oftentimes bring up to us when we're onboarding them is that they're a little bit worried about they're worried about they need to adhere to their brand voice, and they don't want to damage their industry perception and be looked at negatively by those who already know about their brand. They're worried that cold email could make them look spammy, or it could make them look like they're desperate. And so I understand this, because when I was first getting into the cold email space, I was worried about this. And so the idea here, the shift, is that when your outreach is personalized and valuable and actually relevant to the audience that we're reaching out to, it's no longer spam. No, the conversation is actually bringing value to them. And here's a quick experiment. If you look back into your inbox at the emails that you're probably getting, that you're probably ignoring, and you look at any of them and read them and ask yourself the question, okay, is this really providing any value? Is this personalized? Is this very relevant to me? Most often the answer is no. And that's why most people consider cold email as spam, because it brings no value. Now, the beauty is that we don't go about it that way. And so, again, direct access is what cold email gives you. It's no more gatekeepers, no more algorithms. You go straight to the inbox of your exact decision makers. It's predictable, and it compounds over time, because again, you're not only getting these clients, but they may turn into referrals. They may turn into case studies. And all of this becomes a self-fulfilling, self-iterating process that just feeds into itself. It becomes explosive. Okay? And again, why most agencies suck at outbound is because they spam, they don't iterate. They just send one script, they get terrible results, and then they just kind of quit. They don't have a real front end offer, an offer that speaks to your ICP and grabs their attention and hooks them. That's a big part of this process, is getting crystal clear on exactly who your ICP is and setting up some type of front end message that speaks to them, that hooks them. That's so much of the battle here. And a part of the issue as well is that so many lead gen agencies, they don't speak your language. They don't know the language of fractional CFOs. They don't know the language of staffing agencies. They don't know the languages of private lenders, of B2B consultants, of marketing. They don't know the language. And so if they don't speak the language of your industry, how can they get results for you? It's oftentimes overseas VAs in Bangladesh pretending to be consultants. Like, it's not going to work. They don't know the pain points, the buy-in psychology. Those are the issues. And so oftentimes when people come to us after having been annoyed by by other outbound agencies. And annoyed is, that's a bit of a kind way to put it, a soft way to put it. Oftentimes they're like they're just done. But they come to us, and every single time it's these same core issues, these same core problems. And so again, like, it doesn't take much to win with outbound. If we're sending 30,000 emails a month, 30,000, and we're getting 450 positive replies from that, and we're booking between 20 to, between conservatively, very conservatively, between 5 to 20 calls, 5 to 25 calls. What does that do for you? And so these are the things that really make winning cold email agencies and winning outbound agencies stand out. The quality of the list, the offer that we create for your company that makes you appeal to the people that you're reaching out to, the copy, and most importantly, consistently iterating, consistently A/B testing different messaging processes and seeing what actually gets people to respond and to book calls. These are the things that make our agency stand out. And whether or not you decide to work with us or with somebody else or do this on your own, regardless, you must do these things. If you want to get results, you must do these things. And so, again, like, what a real system looks like is hyper-targeted lists with verified decision maker data, not just info@website.com. No, the personal email of the owner of this business, of the founder, of the head of talent, of the head of logistics, the head of shipping, excuse me. Custom messaging frameworks that are tailor-made to your niche and tailor-made to your offer. Warming up the domains, setting up the infrastructure properly, continuously A/B testing and optimizing their performance. All of these things are crucial if you want to have a system that can consistently pump out results. And again, this might seem like a lot of work, and frankly it is. But if you would otherwise stay in the same position in your business or pay thousands or tens of thousands of dollars a month for even semi-comparable results with ads, then when you can do this for $1,000 to $3,000 and lock in $10,000 to $50,000 a month in additional profits, I mean, the ROI is it's crazy. And so look, you can 1000% do this on your own. You don't need my help. You don't need our help. But the fact of the matter is that your time is valuable, and you have already excelled to this level in your career, and you understand the importance of your time. If you are a fractional CFO, your time is valuable. If you are a B2B private lender, if you are a staffing agency, if you've achieved such a high level in your career in these fields, your time isn't best spent on setting up 30,000 emails and A/B testing these emails and making sure that your email doesn't land in the spam inbox. No, it's important, but it's not where your time is best spent. And so, again, if you would like to truly grow your business and have some consistency in your pipeline, not keep relying on luck and referrals and networking, endless networking, and going to all these stupid conferences that you don't even want to go to, hoping to find someone to be your next client, book a call down below. Again, no pitch, no pressure. It is just a clear-eyed analysis into exactly where your business is currently at, where the leaks are in your business, and from there we can begin to map out a roadmap for how to grow it. Okay? And Frankly, the fact of the matter is that outbound outreach and what we do, it's not a fit for everybody. Some businesses just they're not the right fit. And if that's the case, I will tell you. And I will tell you because if we can't get results for you, then we don't get paid. So I have no incentive to just get you onto some marketing plan. No, it's silliness. And on that call, we'll dive deep into um, what we can forecast as your most likely outcome if we are to run a campaign based on what we've seen in the market, what we've seen in your specific industry, based on your close rate, based on your target value, and based on your case studies. We can pretty accurately map these things out. And then from there, again, we'll give you all of this on that call. And from there, you can choose if you want to do it on your own or if you want us to implement it all for you. But regardless, you'll leave with a crystal clear roadmap for exactly how to begin fixing your pipeline issues. Okay? Now, again, like I said, this isn't for everybody. We are quite busy as it is. And though we want to grow with the right people. So if you are a B2B service operator and you sell high ticket services and you are tired of relying on referrals and hope and luck, then this conversation could change your business forever. So again, click down below if you want to book a call. If not, no worries. I'll keep on providing free value in these videos. But yeah, let's see if we can turn cold email into the new mechanism to truly blow up your business. Okay? All right, I'll see you on the call. Cheers.